Good morning, everybody. It's a very odd angle this morning. I hope you're all well. Isolation along day 3, block 3. I'm just going to log on and share the stream if I can. Hopefully that's coming through to you live. I'll just pop into the discussion. Oh yeah, I can see it live in the event. Hello, people are joining. Brilliant. I know if you're watching on catch up, you're live right now at 11 o'clock on Friday. I know that this is not the most exciting bit when I share the stream. Hi Sue, but I do this so that anyone that hasn't managed to see it in the event, they can actually see it on their feed somewhere. My laptop is not going to do that this morning. No. No, it's not. Oh no. Oh, thank you for my jumper comment, Angela. There's a reason why I'm wearing this jumper. You might notice as I go through the live. I think, do you know what? I'll just share it later. Whatever. Okay, let's move that out of the way. I pulled a muscle in my neck, but what I did was I pulled a muscle in my neck this morning. I could feel it. I was going, I'm about to pull a muscle. Pulled a muscle, and then I stretched to try and massage the pulled muscle in my neck, and I pulled a muscle in my shoulder. So I've got 2 pulled muscles. Good morning, Louise. Hi, Maxine. Hi, Lynn. So I've got a heat patch on here, and I've got my big sparkly jumper to try and keep myself cozy, but so I pulled a muscle and my hair's down. That's a rarity. Right, so I hope you're all well. It is day 3. Yes, Lindsay, that's why I like a bit of sympathy. The kids couldn't have cared less when I told them. I said, oh, could somebody rub it for me? No, thanks. So heat patch and some ibuprofen. Hi Sally, hi Maggie, good to see you all. Right, so today we are doing the LaMoyne star. This is the last star. Thank you, Angela. And then we move on to something else. But still all the same size, so we can put them together in a quilt on day 13. You've got your 2 blocks we've done already. So the first one, if you haven't seen yet and on catch up, you've got your Ohio star, and then yesterday we had the ribbon star. So they're the 2 we've done already. Now on to the 3rd star. Again, what I said was, it's up to you how you put these together on the final day, day 13. Whether you might want to do these 3 stars, then the next row, and then the next row. Oh, thank you, Mum. That's kind of you. No, that's absolutely fine. We can sort it out from there. It's very kind that you've shared. Thank you. Yeah, so you might want to do that, or you might want to mix them all up together. That's up to you. But we are doing the LaMoyne star today. If you didn't see already the sizes you need to pre-cut, you need to have 2 5-inch squares in your background colour. So as we know, my background colour is lilac. Yours might be white. You need 4 3-inch squares in your background colour. You need 2 5.5-inch squares in contrast colour 1. And you need 2 5.5-inch squares in contrast colour 2. Morning, Jacqueline. Oh, Doreen, you're isolated alone. Oh, I do feel for you. I really do. It is tricky times, isn't it? Hi, Sam. Right, so what we need to do first of all is I'm going to give these a good press, just to make them nice for me to stitch, for no other reason than I just like them pressed. You know, personal choice. But basically, after I've been cutting these blocks, I have been chucking my fabric that I've not been using for the block on the floor, so it's very creased. The floor is clean, I'd just like to add. I'm not like that much of a savage. And also, yesterday, I kept going on and on about the fact I wanted to move my iron from this side to this side because it'd be easier. I moved it this morning and I hated it. So I'm back to how we were yesterday, bringing the iron in and out. Hi Christine, hi Leslie. Right, yes, in case you've just joined me, sorry about the patch and the limited mobility that I may have. Right, I'm just gonna move you down, talk amongst yourselves. I'll still be able to see the comments, and then we'll get cracking with the block. It's a bit close when I do this, isn't it? Okay, you should be able to see that all okay now. Right, I'm just gonna press these. If you hear whirring again, that's my heater. Got it. Do you know? I have to confess, I'm in my slippers, and so I've got it pointed directly at my slippers. I tell you, it's a joy. It's just lovely. Right, there we are. Yeah, so we are actually on day. What day of isolation are we on? I know this is day 3 of this. We're on day Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, we're on day 4. Hi Bernadette, hi Shirley. Need to move it a little more, please, Abigail. Which way do you want it down? Is that better? I'm hoping that's better. I've moved all my gear to my cutting table too. Brilliant. Let me know if that's a better angle. That's the great thing about these lives, isn't it? If you need to see something, you can ask. Like Mother yesterday was making me put it here, or here, 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 here. Right. So, taking your 5.5-inch squares, what you need to do is just place your plain ones down. Oh, it's good, brilliant. Then what you need to do is take contrast colour 1, place that right sides together on your background fabric. Then you want to take contrast colour 2. You're in your pyjamas, Sally. Oh, lucky you. And then place that down on your background fabric. And then you've got 2 left, 1 contrast 1, 1 contrast 2. And you're going to right side together those. Now getting your pins, just pin them together. 1, then 2, then 3. Okay. So now I actually feel like I've got a bit more space today, which I'm pretty pleased about. I feel a bit more, you know, calm and organised. Right, so what we're going to do is take these to the machine and we're going to stitch 1/4 inch around the entire outside edge of each one. So that one, and that one. Okay, so let's get the machine in. Hopefully you can see that. Right, so 1/4 inch, I haven't turned it on. 1/4 inch all the way around the outside. Medium speed, just so you can see what I'm up to. You can whiz through these. I would say this is going to be the quickest block that we've got planned. So if you love this one and it's nice and quick for you, it might be worth making a whole quilt out of it. I'm not, you know, take the pattern and just make a whole quilt. Right, so that's one block, or one that's been stitched. So all the way around the outside here, 1/4 inch. Next one. Itchy nose this morning, so sorry about that. You can see me itching my nose. So in other news, the eldest is on top form this morning. What what's it called again? It's the LaMoyne star. LaMoyne. L-A-L-E capital M-O-Y-N-E. Lee or La? Can't remember. Yes, eldest is top form this morning. He's feeling really well. So we're thrilled about that. And no one else feels poorly. Hi, I've not heard of this block. No. I hadn't actually. I'd seen the pattern, but I didn't know what the block was called. The pattern will probably be familiar to you. That goes back to what I was saying yesterday about the fact no one can know all the names of all the blocks, but yet you probably recognise a lot of them. I'll tell you something, it's getting toasty in here. I'm just going to go and turn my heater off. I'm going to go under the table. Turn my heater off. Oh. Oh. I've never been too toasty in here before. Yeah, great news about the family, isn't it? Very happy about that. All doing tickety-boo. Right, now this one. You can just stitch right off the end. Have I done all three? Gosh, that was quick. I've gone through all three. Right, so now what we're going to do, take your pins out. Don't need those anymore, so just stab them into my pressing mat. Right, we'll do this one so you can see this one. We're now going to cut this block diagonally one way, diagonally the other way. So we're going to end up with 4 triangles, and we're going to do that for the other 2 as well. All right, so taking that straight across one way. If you've got a rotating mat, you can use that to keep that all together. I haven't, so I'm just going to pick it up and turn it. Make sure everything's lined up and then cut that diagonal. Okay, so now what you've got is you've got 4 squares here that are the same. So I'll just pop those on my pressing mat, just put them in their own pile. Do the same again. Cut straight through the centre. And I'll just do it this way for ease. So now you've got one of your contrast fabrics and a background fabric, 4 of those. Now your last one. One, 2. And then you've got the next batch, which are your background fabric. I know, I did have a rotating mat, but when I cleaned out my craft room, I lost the centre bit for it. You know. Right, so now I'm going to press these open because we are going to trim each one. Each square needs to be trimmed up. So we're going to press them open. Press that seam flat for the dark side. Roll it over. And just keep them in their piles. I find that easier. Press that dark. Roll it over. Press that dark. Roll it over. So has anyone else made the blocks from the last couple of days? Because we've had some lovely pictures and I've been sharing them on my Facebook page, and I've also been sharing them in the event under the discussion tab. So if you have made any blocks, you can post them in the event and then we can all see. So I've been trying to screen capture them so that I can share them all in like grids and photo sort of galleries, because you can't make an album in an event. So I'm just sort of posting them to the discussion, and that discussion is open to everybody to post on. So I know that in some events only admin of the events can post, but in this one I've set it so anyone can post. Right, I've done that. So now we're going to trim each block. So each square, needs to be 3 inches. So then it tallies with the corner blocks that you've already cut. So each one is going to be 3 inches. So my ruler's upside down. So take in your ruler, 3 inches. So roughly, what you're going to do is chop off those dog ears. 1, 2, 3, that is right, isn't it? Honestly, sometimes I can lose the plot looking at... if you've got a squaring off tool, like a squaring off square, then you can use it. But if you haven't, just measure your 3 inches. And then you'll end up with a block that's got no dog ears on. So 3 inches. One side, turn. Other side, turn. This is the bit that's a bit time consuming. But if you do it now, then everything's going to be accurate. No, but you're going to. What, post pictures? Yeah, please, or make the blocks. Make sure you're posting your blocks so we can see. I really want to see. My mum has ordered me a new ruler. And it's been delivered today by Mr. Amazon Man. That's kind, isn't it? That is very kind. But don't tell my sister though, because she'll be wanting something. Right, we're on to the last one of this section. Of this colour, I should say. Okie dokie. Oh, in other news, tonight on my Facebook page at 8 o'clock, I'm holding a quiz, an online quiz, general knowledge-y, fun, easy, not too tricky questions, live. I thought it would just be fun for everyone. I thought, you know, no one's going to be going out anywhere. It's Friday night. Let's be honest, television is a bit shocking on a Friday night. So I thought, let's have an online quiz. So what we'll do is, I'll read out the questions. You write down your answers. You don't comment the answers. Just read them out. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going round and round with this one. You write down the answers, and at the end we mark our own scores. No prizes, just for fun. But I thought that might be something that we would all like to do. Keep us busy and occupied and thinking of other things. So I'm not saying go and like my page or anything like that. You certainly don't have to. You can still view the live without liking the page or following the page. There is absolutely no pressure to go and like anything. but the live will be held on there. And you can join in or you can just watch. What do you think? A glass of wine in hand and you'll be there. Brilliant. I'll have a nice glass of pop. Living the high life, nice glass of pop. So this is the only time consuming bit, is just getting your squares neatened off. But it is important, because then when you come to put everything together, trust me when I say it's going to be a heck of a lot easier and more accurate. So if you've stretched anything, oh, my neck thing's coming off. If you've stretched anything when pressing, or you know, one fabric is a little bit more stretchy than the other, you're just making sure that these line up beautifully with each other. Now, if you're interested in how I'm lining this up, what I'm doing is on my 3" here, this corner here, I don't know if you can see that corner there, I'm taking to the top point of my square. So I'm not even sure if you can see that. I'm taking that to the top point of my square, which means that when I trim off, this bottom point is level with this line here. So it means it's going to be, it's perfect. It's not going to have, you know, the points go straight to the end. I hope that made sense. And that one's just the dog ear. 3 inches. 3 inches. And by doing it that way, you do get, what's that? Oh, make yours a whiskey. You can order some wine in, so brilliant. That's okay, Sandra, it's always on catch up. You can always watch it at any time. Right, so next one, lining up that top corner that I said, remember. If you've got a tool that pretty much does this for you, please use it. Or don't, it's up, you might want to do it this way. Last one. There was some serious loud noises going on last night. There's this constant banging sound. And I kept thinking it was a van pulling up. Not that we're expecting any deliveries, but I thought, what is that? Who is that? What are they delivering? I kept getting up and no one was there. I was like, what on earth is that noise? And this morning I've come through to the studio and there's the noise. I was like, what is it? It's my gate. So the gate has been flapping open and closed in the wind. And I've been thinking it's deliveries. Maybe that's wishful thinking. You know. Right, lining up that top corner again. So that line goes straight the way through the centre. Does anyone think that these heat patches are a total waste of time? It's not exactly like I'm using that area, but for goodness sake, it's not staying on. Please don't be offended if for any reason you're in the manufacturing business of heat pads. Sort out the glue. Right, last one. So lining up there. See, I told you that was the most time consuming bit, just getting these right. But it is important. Now I don't think I've trimmed that one very well at all. Hey. But you know me. Make mistakes, own the mistakes, see what we can do about it. Actually, it's come off okay, I think. Right, so now we've got all the blocks. Let's get rid of all these scraps. I'll actually put them in my bin. My whole heat thing is now fallen off. Now when I take it off, my neck's really cold. That can't be good. How long will these videos be available for? Right, so here I am. So I'm trying as best I can to share them to my Facebook page. I'm also sharing them to my YouTube channel, and they'll be on my YouTube channel forever. The only annoying thing about sharing them from here to my YouTube channel is that they are shared in portrait, and YouTube is a landscape platform, so you've got black strips either side of me. Nothing I can do about it unless I really zoom in on me, and that's just not, it's not what you want to see. So they'll be on my YouTube channel under Abeygale, and I'm trying to get them on of a day just before I post the next block, because they do take a while to, I have to download this video from here and then I have to upload it on YouTube. So it's about an hour to download, hour to upload. I mean, I leave it to its own devices. Right, anywho, right, so now is the fun bit of getting it all together. So taking your corner pieces, now put all your corner pieces together in a pile. There you go. Now you want colour number 1 block and colour number 2 block. I'm going to go for, the green is going to be my colour number 1. So you want to have it so your colour number 1 is straight line against your corner piece and your background colour is pointing away. Put all your blocks down like that. Then you want to do your next one that's got the background colour. So this is background colour and colour number 2. Colour number 2 facing in, background colour facing away. So you'll have 2 background colours here facing like that. Put all of those on there, like that. So essentially you're making 4 patches. So now you've got the one that's both colours. So you want to make sure that colour number 1 is against colour number 1, colour number 2 is against colour number 2. Can you see that? I hope so. So line them all up like that. Now we're going to stitch them. So what we're going to do is we're going to stitch 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and we're going to stitch all of them. We're just going to chain piece them off the machine. So I'm going to pop them onto my pressing mat. I'm going to move my ruler and everything out of the way, bring in my machine, bring in my pieces. So yeah, just chain piece them together, that's all. But you're going to do 1 to 2, 3 to 4. Then you're going to do 1 to 2, 3 to 4. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 1 to 2, 3. So you'll have 4 lots, but they'll all be chain pieced together. So just take those top 2, butt up your sides, again 1/4 inch. Okay. I've really dodgy cut some of these, I can already see that. So just run off and then take 3 to 4, or take 4 over to 3. Join up your edges and your points. So now essentially what you've got is one of the 4 patches, they're together, if you like, they're next to each other in the chain. Okay, so 1 to 2 again, or 2 over to 1. And then 3 on top of 4. You can't see that, can you? Yes, you can now. 3 over to 4. Line up. And the great thing is, because you've pressed all these, those seams are really flat. So it's really easy to stitch. So I knew I was going to take that off there. What did we just do? We did the bottom 2. So now we start at the top again. 2 over to 1. Morning, Sally. I've taken 2 lots of 1. Line those up. And then 3 on top of 4. line them up. So if you wanted to do a whole quilt, you'd just get a load, stack them all up and chain piece them like this. Okay, last one, 2 over to 1. Like this. And then 3 over to 4. So, taking them off the machine, you're now going to cut these in blocks. So, I'm keeping 2 together. So I know that's 1 4 patch. Cutting 2 off, that's another 4 patch. 2 off, another 4 patch. And then my last 2 is my final 4 patch. So just snip them apart. Like this. Now you don't need to necessarily press them open at this stage. Just keep them. What I do, if you can see, I'm a very messy worker, okay? So what I'll do is I'll get my pin and I'll just stab it between onto the blocks so I know that those go together. I hope that makes sense. If you're not a messy worker, you won't need to do that. Oh, you're lost, Jacqueline. Sorry about that. Right, so taking 2 of your 4 patch, opening them up, and then you want to just take a second to make sure you've got it round the right way. So place it down on your mat. You want corner piece this way, and then you want this one this way. So you will end up with this, and you're repeating that 4 times. So open them up, right sides together. Make sure that centre seam is lined up. And stitch. Now bear in mind when you're going over this centre, that's a lot of fabric, so just take your time. So now you've got this, and you're just going to repeat that for the next 3. So open up your top. You can finger press them open if you like. Open up your bottom. Make sure they're aligned. Some very dodgy stitching on this one. I don't care, to be honest. I really don't care. I'm just happy to be stitching and chatting with all of you. So make sure that centre seam is lined up. I do care about that though. I mean, I don't care, but I care enough that I want that line joined up. Okay, so you've got another one. Put that in your pile. Next one. Corner piece. Open it up, right sides together. So how is everyone feeling today? I hope you're all keeping safe and keeping warm. It's actually a very, very beautiful day here in Cambridgeshire. The sun is out. It's very windy, so that's just taking the temperature down a bit. If that wind would just be gone, it would be very, very Yes, fun and not stressful, exactly. Oh, I've caught that a bit there. So, where are you all from? As I said, I'm in Cambridgeshire. Whereabouts are you all from? It's very thick here, so I'm just going to move that across a bit. Last one. Quite nice in Boreham Wood. Sun now out here in Norfolk, Maxine. Brilliant. Oh, aren't you lucky to be in Norfolk? Oh. Right, last one. Centre seam. Centre seam. Right. New Forest. Oh, how lovely. Oh, Hayley, I would love to be able to say that. West Yorkshire, Liverpool, Suffolk, Liverpool, sunny and sunny Suffolk, Brighton, Northamptonshire. I love Brighton, you know. I've only ever been once, but I would definitely like to go back. Right, now we're going to press these. So just set that seam, roll it over and press it. Again, this is another one that you'll probably, when you put it all together, you'll want to just get your big iron and get some steam on there. That's what I would recommend. But you can see, because you've done it the way you've done it, all those seams nestle nicely. Oh, I'm going to say that wrong. Scorby, Wellington from Maryland, USA, cloudy North Devon. Oh, Stockton, Cumbria. Oh, I really want to say that, Hayley, but I'll just embarrass myself. I'm no good at the old pronunciation. Okay. I've only ever been to Wales once. It was to see my husband's uncle. He lives in, now where is it? Where is it? Can't remember. Somewhere. Right, you got your 4. So they're all exactly the same, remember? But when we put them together, they turn into our block. Can you see that? Pretty good, right? Looks nice. So now I'm doing 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and then we'll do them together. So bring in the machine. I'm terrible now because I will double check that, because I always, if I move something, always just double check the seam that I'm doing. Now this block will be slightly smaller than the blocks you've already made, because the idea with this one is we're then going to put a corresponding a thin sashing around the outside that frames the block. Now I will do mine in the hot pink, because that's my 4 colours are the lilac, the green, this purple, my hot pink. And I haven't used the hot pink in this because it's only 3 colours. So I'll do my thin surround in hot pink. That's something that we will do on the 13th day. I had a moment there, I thought I was going that way. Dear me. Right, so now we've got that one. And the last one. Make sure we're stitching the right sides. You can make these as big or as small as you like. So you could have a really nice table centerpiece at Christmas with Christmas fabrics. Maybe you start with 10-inch squares and you've got a bigger one, or even bigger than that. Or maybe you want to go for Easter fabrics. Oh, I hear a truck. That's my Amazon delivery, 100%. That's exciting, isn't it? I'm hoping that the eldest opens the door. I can hear him beeping the packages. I can hear him. I wonder if I can see him. Oh yes, he's handed it to Lily. The dog has escaped. The dog is barking at the Amazon man. Lily nearly got the Amazon. Oh, Jaden's come to the rescue. Dog has been captured. Dog is now inside. Right. So now we're doing top to bottom. I'm going to just trim off the threads so I don't get any sticking through the layers. The ferocious beast is the pug. She hates all people coming to the door. Right, now top to bottom. This heat patch is a total waste of time. Right, I always start, I join up the centre point first, like that, and then I'll look at my other points. Bit dodgy, I have to say, they're a bit dodgy. This one is going to need a little bit of trimming. Oh, that poor Amazon man. It's not our usual Amazon man though. Hopefully he's okay. Right, to line up. That'll be my ruler that's been delivered. Your dog's barking at my dog. My dog, we were watching the new Lion King. And it obviously must be very realistic because she was going mad at the hyenas. She didn't like them at all. And I'm thinking, you are a pug. You know that you wouldn't stand a chance against a pack of hyenas. Rightio. Bring in this. Now remember I said it's going to be slightly smaller than your others because we're going to add the sashing round. Oh, it's gorgeous. I do love these colours. I really... What have I done there? Press it all, that middle seam needs to go the right way. Again, that's why I recommend taking it up to your normal iron and giving it a good steam. Okay. So if I bring in one of the other blocks, we're going to trim this, you know, we're going to trim the excess off. Can you see? But if we bring in one of the other blocks, if I just unpin this one and lay this one over the top, put it in the centre, you'll see that this one's smaller. So this is where your sashing is going to go. So I'm going to, if I bring it up, which are we going to do on Thursday, don't forget. So you're going to have a sashing going around this one, and then you're going to have your sashing that binds everything together. So I recommend getting a 5th colour for your sashing, and then you've got this one that just makes a beautiful, beautiful sashing. Excuse me. Dear me. Right. Get rid of that heat patch. Useless. One last press. And then rotary cutter and ruler. And I'm just going to make sure that this is straight. Now, what you need to do is take your, what's this called, ruler, and you'll be measuring 5 1/4 inches from this centre point out. So find your 5 1/4 inch line, put that straight along the centre of your block, and then trim off the excess, which on that side is barely anything. on this side, 5 1/4. And on this side, 5 1/4. Keep that centre line. And then last one, 5 1/4. Like that. And that's your finished block. Let's turn you up so you can see me. Whoop, hello again. Okay, there we are. Right, so that's your block. Obviously, it's smaller, it's meant to be. We'll address that on day 13, day 3, 10 days from now. But of course, if you want to go bigger, you can go huge with this. You can put loads together and make a quilt just with this one. You can with any of the other blocks. So to recap, let's just get this one down. Day 1, no, wrong. Day 1, Ohio Star. Day 2, Ribbon Star. And day 3, LaMoyne Star. So as you can see with these, I've got that hot pink. This one doesn't have that hot pink because it's 3 colours. That's why we're going to add in the border around the outside, so it brings all 4 colours together, which, you know, if you put them together, I just think, I'll put them all on my mat again like I did yesterday. Actually, I'm not going to have enough room, but we'll just put them on anyway. Sort of next to each other-ish. So let's have a look. So there's the 3 that you've got so far. Ohio, LaMoyne, Ribbon Star. 3 blocks. Tomorrow we're on to set 2, which is not stars, it's something else. There's going to be 3 of those. Then 3 of the next one, 3 of the next one. So you're going to have 12 in total, stitch up all together on day 13. If you do make that one, post a picture. Let's have a look. Let me see. I'd really like to share it with everyone. And that's it. I'll just have a sip of my drink. Thanks for joining me again, everyone. We've had consistently about 40 people watching. So that's really good. So I hope that you've all had a bit of respite from everything else that's going on around us at the minute. I'm getting a bag of potatoes delivered soon, highlight of my week. I haven't had a bag of potatoes, like a big bag of potatoes, for years and years and years, so I'm quite excited about that. And I had my eldest yesterday doing a meal plan of everything we've got in the freezer. So we've actually got 3 weeks worth of main meals, all planned out and all in the freezer. I don't know what this was. I'm not stockpiling. This is just stuff I've already got. Where will you find the cutting instructions, please? Everything is listed in the post below this, what size squares you need, or you can start the video from the beginning and I run through it all as well. You're also welcome. Thank you all for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 11 o'clock. I know it's a Saturday, so maybe you've got other things you'd rather do, but I haven't. I'm here. So dip in and out if you want to, or watch on catch up to you. Don't forget the quiz tonight on my page. Just fun. I'm going to be doing it from my kitchen. Write down the answers, sign up, let me know in the RSVP on my page, and I'll see you later, or I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And the new block is going to be up at 6 o'clock on this event, and it will let you know what you need to prepare in advance. Right, see you later or see you tomorrow. Bye everyone.